All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ryan here of Mista Rau Gaming, and welcome to another live Tuesday night. And it's my Tuesday night October spooky streams. And tonight we got a good one for you. Actually, it's a game that I've been struggling for a little bit, just trying to get things recognized and everything like that. Hello, Vincent. He's in the chat room saying hello, hello, hello. And I'm scared. It's Boo. It's Rachel. Thanks, Rachel, for coming on in. Yeah, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Arkham Horror, the card game. And you know what? I've actually been sitting down here for the past little bit here, just trying to actually familiarize myself with a whole bunch of the things. And I've been going crazy. So I think there's going to be rules goofs galore tonight. Good evening, Mr. Rau and chat. Hey, Tyler, welcome back to another lovely Tuesday evening game stream. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Arkham Horror, the card game, which is my favorite game of all time. And with that being said, one of my favorite games of all time, my favorite game of all time, it's been a long time since I've actually picked it up and set it out onto the table. And I'm just like, oh my goodness gracious, I'm reminding myself with a whole bunch of few things. So there is going to be rules goofs galore tonight. Rule goofs galore. Guaranteed. So just as one thing too, I'm just kind of getting a few of my tokens. I'm just trying to find a few of them here that I know that are not going to be. I'm just trying to find a few of my tokens here that I'm going to be playing with tonight. So I'm just going to kind of be chit chatting with you all and popping them in and out of these little coin capsules that I have here. They are very, very nice. So I don't know if you can kind of see that. I kind of pop them into these kind of like these little black, they're not like the clear coin capsules that I was using in my Warp's Edge, but they kind of have this this black, very kind of like almost, it's plastic, but it's metallic. And so they are very, very nice. I'm just kind of popping some tokens out and popping some new tokens in here and everything like that. Vincent's saying he's never played, so I won't see any of those errors. Errors were good. Perfect. I just know that for a fact, that there are Arkham Horror, the card game fanatics out there that will pretty much, rip my gameplay apart, I'm going to assume. So I apologize to any of the fan people out there that take this game super, super seriously, that I am not going to be playing at that level tonight. Or I don't think I play at that level at any time, really. So, and Rachel's saying here, haven't played either, make any mistakes I wish. Perfect. One of our running gags in our game group lately is that every time we make rules mistakes, I just like, hey, just remember, it's our game. It's your game. We can play how you want. Just play it till you have fun, right? That's why we play games. We play games to have fun. So play it how you want to play it, type thing. So, and Tyler is also mentioning that he has never played, but have tried to win it a handful of times myself, though. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, it's a really good game, but But I like the current release model of it rather than the old, where you had to buy a box, and then you had to buy a whole bunch of little these scenario packs to complete the campaign. Now they've just got 2 products per release now, and I think they've almost caught up all of the releases, so you can almost have all of the content so far. There's so much of it. But now they release what's referred to as an investigator box, which will give you brand new characters to play as, and as well as a whole bunch of player cards that you can play with and deck build with and such and such. And then they also have a campaign box, which you don't have to have the investigator box in order to play the campaign box. And the campaign box has all of the stuff you need to play through a full campaign scenario set and everything like that. And what Sarah says, I think I popped in on Rodney from Watch It Play doing a campaign, but was lost in what they were trying to do. Yeah, I believe that I think the Watch It Play channel was trying to play through the Scarlet Keys expansion, which is the only campaign that's been released so far that I have not played entirely through or at all. Oh gosh, I have to think about that. I don't think I've actually opened up my Scarlet Keys. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hello, Dan. Dan is in the chat here saying, hello, sir. Welcome, Dan. Well, we're going to be getting going with some Arkham Horror, the card game, coming up very, very shortly. As soon as I get all of my stuff kind of sorted and organized over here. My goodness gracious. If you kind of see the tokens that are along my edge here, and I've got things all over the place. This has been one of my most disorganized getting ready for my streams yet. And I forgot to answer this from Vincent earlier. Is there any chance of the red 4s? Was it red 4s or was it green 4s? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I remember that he's gonna remind me of Bullet when we did the Bullet stream not a long time ago, and it just so happened to have that one token always seemed to. But there are token draws, Vincent, that can mess us up in this game. So just forewarning you on that one. There are going to be ones. That campaign with Rodney and Rich Summoner had some funny bad moments. Ooh, okay. I am not caught up with that stream, but I do remember them advertising that particular stream and that particular campaign. And all of the campaigns, even though it's the same like game system, like you deck build a small deck of cards, your 30 cards. You can only incorporate 2 copies of a single particular card. In your deck, you get 30 cards. Plus, you have your investigator only special cards that go inside the deck that don't count against the deck limit. And you're off and running. There are different classes that you can play as. My favorite class to play as is the Mystics. Playing around with those dark arts, kind of like when I used to play, D&D back in the day. Love playing around with the magic, the dark magic, and being that guy in the back corner, just meddling with things in the background and everything like that. Like drawing the only token they shouldn't. Yes, that happens to me all of the time. All of the time. Yes, Necromancer, my dark sorcerer. Oh, love playing that style. If there's a game out there and I can be a kind of like a dark sorcerer, necromancer, that kind of thing, I love that role. I love that being that role. I love manipulating things from the outset and casting magic. That is my jam. Yeah, I don't know why I gravitated towards that, and this always seems to have worked out that way for me. Oh, okay. What else have I been doing lately? If you've been paying attention to my social medias, I've been playing a little game called Dungeon Scrawlers. Yes, Scrawlers, not crawlers. Dungeon Scrawlers with my family, and it's a real-time racing game where you are racing through these dry erase board maps. They're dungeon maps, and they are mazes. There's mazes, and there's different things that you can incorporate into these when you go into a room in these mazes. Like there's goblins to fight, and treasure to collect, and spells to cast, and all with these dry erase markers, circling things, crossing out things, following patterns and stuff like that. And it's a race to try to get as many points as possible and trying to find your way to. And the first ones that we've been playing with as the family are just kind of get to the big bad at somewhere that's in the map, at the top of the map, in the middle of the map, something like that. And it's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking it out at some point in time. It's definitely not a kids game per se. It's a game you can play with kids, but I think that it's great. One of those great activities, game activities that you can start off a game night with. You need to fill some time while you're waiting for somebody to arrive at a game night, or it's just want something to wind down an evening. Dungeon Scrawlers is a really, really neat game, and very inexpensive for the high quality dry erase board maps that you get, the markers and the cardboard tokens to track different things. It is really, really, really neat and cool. I highly recommend that one. I've also been playing a lot more of my Ashes Reborn, Red Rains, the Frostwild Scourge. Got another video coming out for that relatively soon. I played with Lulu Firstone in that run. You'll have to check it out on how it goes. Yeah, I'll tease it with that. Been playing some Warp's Edge from Renegade Game Studios in their Solo Heroes series. I did say Ashes, Vincent. I did say Ashes. More Ashes is coming your way to the channel. And yeah, I'm just trying to fulfill that agreement that I had with Plaid Hat Games of just releasing some regular content for the Red Rains expansion sets that they have coming out. And I am on the list, if I can say that. I'm probably sure I think I can. I'm on the list to get one of the earlier copies of the next one, which I believe is the the Blight one. Oh gosh, I've already forgotten what it is called. But there's the next Red Rains expansion set that's coming out, and I'm going to be getting Blight something. I'm going to be getting a advanced copy of that one. So. And Danny's in the chat. Welcome, Danny. I'll be watching your stream while I eat a Lunchable. 3 cheers for Lunchables. They work well in a pinch. When you need that quick snack, my kids love them. Kids love them for some odd reason. They're great for it. Which one are you having? I like the pizza ones. Blight of Neverset. Thanks, Vincent, for fact checking me on that one. That's the one they're going to be using. I believe it's the Charm Magic is going to be the focus of those cards in that set. So it's going to be really, 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 really quite cool. Okay. I am pretty sure I am not ready to go over this, but do you know what? In the interest of time's sakes, we got the pepperoni pizza. And the 3 cheese is good too. And Rachel's asking us what is a Lunchable. Maybe it's more of a West. It's probably more of a Western thing. It's a Lunchable is kind of it's a pre-made. It's kind of like a pre-made lunch kit. It has it comes in like a little vacuum packed tray type thing. You peel off the lid and then you can like make a sandwich, or you can make like a little mini pizza. Has like a small little dessert. Yeah, it's like a snack. Yeah, Tyler. It's like kind of like a snack box. And there's some sort of feature thing, like it's like either like a sandwich or it's like a little mini pizza thing, and it comes with like a little dessert thingamajigger in there, and loaded with calories. Listen, probably the best way, and probably preservatives up the wazoo. They seem to last forever, is what they kind of do, and that's a Lunchable. Yes, it is. Charm Neverset is the home of Leo Sunshadow. Yes. And Leo Sunshadow, if I believe correctly, he's the one with the mill deck, or kind of like has a lot of cards or a lot of mechanics that are around milling your opponent out of cards. So I am intrigued. By that one. Okay. Well, okay. All right. I forgive everybody for what's about to happen. It's going to be scary in theme, and it's also going to be scary in gameplay wise, because I really, really hope I don't goof up too much, but it's going to happen. I promise there's going to be rule goofs up the wazoo. This is going to be one that I will, as I watch this one back after the fact, and as days and days go by, I will probably be annotating in the subtitles. I'll be annotating my rule goofs as it goes on, and I don't know how. Usually scenarios like these usually take me about 90 minutes to a couple hours to get through. I like to read the flavor texts. I like to make the decisions. I'm only playing one single investigator instead of two-handed. I like to play two-handed in Arkham Horror, but I thought, you know what? I haven't played this one in a while. I'm going to try it solo. I'm probably going to get crushed because that is what these games love to do, is just absolutely just pin you to the wall and punch you in the face. But on that note, I have crafted a deck. It was a deck that was out on the Arkham Horror database website. I think it's called Arkham DB. And it's just a site where people can post deck lists that they've created with their card pools. And this is a deck that I made a long time ago from that site. And I remember having quite a bit of success with it at that time. So I'm going to revisit it once again. So let's flip the screen on over. And before I do, this is the time, the time that I'm absolutely horrible at doing is advocating for myself. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Notification bell, going live every Tuesday night here, and new videos come out regularly out on the channel now. As part of kind of like what I've got a whole bank of videos kind of starting to kind of roll out in case if I run out of time. I have a Ko-fi account as well, which Dan's in the chat. Dan is the latest donator to the channel through that Ko-fi account. Thank you so much, Dan, and thank you everybody else that has also donated in the past. I believe Danny's in the chat. Danny has also Vincent's in the chat. Vincent has also donated to me in the past. And it's all going to go towards a great cause. I do want to upgrade the things here in my studio. I want to make things a little bit better on these live streams. I do want to make the video quality and the sound quality. I do want to make things better for us. So that's what the Ko-fi account is for. And also, if you are interested in Renegade Games and Renegade Games Studios titles, I have an affiliate link with them that's going to be in the description of this video as well. And you can go shopping around their website. If you use that link to shop around and you end up buying something, 10% of your purchase goes directly to the sale, which there have already been some people that have already used that link. I checked just the other day and I saw that there's a few dollars sitting in my cart. So thank you very much for everyone that's been supporting the channel so far. And we're getting close to 400. If I remember correctly, just before this stream here, I think I was sitting at like 393 or something like that. So we're going. My goal was by the end of the year, by New Year's, I was going to have 400 on the channel. So that was my goal. And it looks like that it's within reach. Every week that these live streams go out, it just soon happens. Okay, that's enough trying to pay the bills for one evening. Let's get to the gameplay here, which I've got things kind of set up. I apologize that things seem a little bit farther away than normal. These maps for Arkham Horror can get a little bit sprawly. And I have my nice investigator mat that I bought off of Etsy. It is fantastic. Got my spots for all of my different things and keep things all nicely neat and organized. And I have my Team Covenant player dashboard here with their nice acrylic tokens that go along with the gameplay. So it kind of keeps things all nice, neat, and organized. Highly recommend. Just thinking about it now, probably after this video is done, I am probably going to put a link in the description of this video for those, for these items, both the Team Covenant dashboards and the player mat that I found on Etsy. And there is a very handsome devil himself that's also over there. He says, "What's up, bro?" Maurice Andrews Jr.'s in the chat here. Want to get into this game more, but playing another LCG is not feasible. Aren't you right? LCGs are taking up a massive slot in my gaming collection here. I have my Marvel Champions collection. I have this Arkham Horror collection. I have my Ashes Reborn. I'm calling Ashes Reborn kind of like an LCG at this point. I've got that coming out. I got that one. I have a bit of Lord of the Rings, though I don't play that one as much as these other ones. So yeah, LCGs are Yeah, they take a lot of disposable income if you want to be the completionist, which I am for some odd reason. Was going to ask if that was a TC player dashboard. They are easily recognizable. Yeah, these are very nice. I believe this was the Path to Carcosa dashboard, which I really like. These are the only ones I had because at the time they were the ones that I could actually get off of the site, and I know it. I like it. They're really nice. And yes, so Vince is going to confirm on me. Ashes is an LCG. Yep, it just kind of keeps growing. Predetermined packs, no randomness at it all. Earthborn Rangers is coming to its wild. Earthborn Rangers is a neat concept of a game. I didn't go in on it. But I love the idea of Earthborn Rangers. And Vince is also saying he can't wait for Earthborn Rangers. I like the idea of the concept. I'm going to maybe check it out maybe in a little bit here and see what it, once it kind of grows and see what the kind of like the, what am I trying to say around it? Let's see what kind of legs it ends up having after a bit, because I do like it as a concept for a game. It seems really, really quite cool. Okay, I've got a lot of things to introduce us to tonight for this spooky October stream. I am doing one of the one-shot scenarios for Arkham Horror, the card game, and the one that I selected is one that I have not played yet. So everything scenario-wise is going to be brand new to me. I haven't played through this scenario at all, and that is referred to as the murder at the Excelsior Hotel. So there's been some sort of murder at the Excelsior Hotel, and we are going to try to solve that particular murder. And Vincent's also saying something here that there looks like there's going to be another campaign early 2024. So after watching playthroughs, you'll have a chance to, okay, perfect. That's really interesting to know. I know Rob and Anna Marie from the Meeple Dungeon, they went in on that Kickstarter, so they are going to be getting a lot of that product. So I'm going to be waiting for some of their content and kind of their review on it, because they are good. They are two people that I do listen to their opinions quite frequently. So yes, we are going to go through the murder at the Excelsior Hotel, and the investigator that I have chose is one of my favorite investigators since they came out. It's one of the starter deck. It's not in the core box or any other box, but you have to find them in one of the starter deck boxes. They came out with a set of investigator starter decks, one for each of the classes. And so the mystic one is this lady named Jacqueline Fine, and she's a clairvoyant, and she's got, you can see all of her stats up there. Mystics usually have low health and high sanity that they can take, and she's got a really like literally stupid game breaking ability here. It says, when an investigator at your location would reveal any number of chaos tokens, usually it's one token, you get to reveal 2 additional tokens. Of the revealed tokens, choose and cancel 2 non-doom tokens, or just 1 doom token. So literally like stupid, as in, instead of just having a chance of 1, reveal some more, and then pretty much get to choose the one that you want to actually happen. And there are cards in this deck that will manipulate that ability as well. I think a long time ago when I was playing this particular deck, I even had a combo going where I could reveal something like, it was something ridiculous, like a 7 or 8 tokens, and then I only just get to choose the one that I want it to be. Like, it was just insane on that note. So that's Jacqueline Fine. She's going to be great. So I've got my tokens laid out up here. I know the numbers are going to be really, really hard to see, but I've got 9 sanity all set out and my 6 health all set out here. I'm starting the game with 5 resources here. I got 2 1s and a 3. And then I'm going to probably start reading some story for us. So kind of settle in. I really do enjoy the story that Arkham Horror likes to tell, and then I'm going to explain to us exactly what's going on with this scenario. I'm going to be playing on standard difficulty because this game is hard enough. This game is literally hard enough if I'm not on standard. I can't imagine the players that actually play this on hard or expert or anything higher than standard, because this game can kick you when you're down, even at this point. So, I will read to us the murder at the Excelsior Hotel intro. There have been reports of strange occurrences at Arkham's Excelsior Hotel for over a month now. Disappearances, bizarre sightings, sudden closures, sometimes for days at a time, seemingly without warning. It's like something out of a ghost story, but you know better than to simply dismiss these rumors. Too many people have whispered about the Excelsior. And to make matters worse, it seems like the stories have only grown more unsettling in the last week. It's time somebody looked into it all. You've tried going to the police, but the grizzled and world-weary Sergeant Monroe has dismissed you every time. You've been left to investigate on your own. Asking around at all the local hotspots yields no leads. Velma Diner, Hibbs Roadhouse, La Bella Luna, each visit leaves you with only more questions. That is until today. While walking down Central Avenue in downtown, minding your own business, you bump into a man in a long trench coat. You begin to apologize, but he simply continues walking briskly away from you. It isn't until you return home that you find the note in your pocket, one that wasn't there before. It reads, "I have answers. Room 225. Tonight. Come alone. They're watching." Uncertain of what else you can do at this point, you begin making preparations to meet this mysterious person. And now now this booklet also gives us a choice in a branch in the story. If there is only one investigator in the game, proceed to intro number 2. So we are playing with one investigator, so I will go into intro number 2 now. Okay, so if you are being watched, why would you? Right? Well, why would you wear a trench coat? Right? Kind of makes you a little bit more obvious. The Excelsior is busy tonight. Either the rumors haven't fazed these guests, or the stories have gotten the hotel a new allure. Everything seems normal. Hotel staff carry luggage and cleaning supplies throughout the lobby and the main stairway. The man behind the front desk greets you with a curt nod and a thin smile. A uniformed security guard reads the last Arkham advertiser in the corner. And yet you can't get the note's final warning out of your mind. You stride quickly across the lobby and up the stairs, wondering if you should have let someone know where you were going. Was it wise to come alone? What if you're walking into a trap? You set your jaw and clench your fists as you stand in front of the blood-red door to room 225. And before you can second-guess yourself any further, you knock. There's no going back now. Skip to intro number 4. You sit in a chair in the suite's living room, watching as a man who slipped you the note paces about nervously. He rambles about secret meetings and watchful staff. The entire time you find yourself glancing to the coffee table in front of you and the curved dagger that rests there. He pauses for a moment, pours himself a drink, and raises the glass to his lips with a shaky grip. He then pours a second drink and hands it to you. "This is all going to sound crazy," he says, his voice a little bit more than a whisper. He glances at every darting shadow and twitches at every creak in the old building makes. "I'm beginning to feel crazy, but there's too much going on here just to ignore. And I've been a part of it all long enough. You listen closely, but his words are starting to run together. His voice is ethereal and wispy, like wind at the end of a long tunnel. You blink rapidly, your vision's blurring. The next thing you know, you're on your feet. Your glass drops to the floor, and then it says proceed to the setup. Okay, so we've got the game all nicely set up here. There's been some cards that have been set aside that you can't see. They're out of play over here. We have our act and our agendas ready to go. We've got some other cards that have been set aside, and we have the map of our locations. And these do not come with your Arkham Horror. These are also extra Etsy things that I got. Are these little pathway arrows, kind of showing me, it's a more visual reminder. There are clues on the bottoms of the cards here that show you what card is connected to another card. And so these pathways just visually show me which card is connected to which. Or which location is connected to which. And they say that we are starting in room 225, which is, that's where everything is starting to take place. And yeah, we're going to be ready to go here right soon enough. I'm going to set that aside for a little bit here. Let's take a look at our act and our agenda. Oops, other way around. This one's the agenda, this one's the act. I'll get it right one of these times. And they kind of fold together to give you a nice little kind of like storybook type thing. So let's read the murder. When you come to, you are standing over the man's body. You recoil immediately at the grisly sight. Multiple stab wounds perforate from his chest. Blood spills onto the floor. What in the hell happened here? And why can't you remember a thing? And so this one says, if there is only one investigator in the game, this agenda gets +1 doom threshold. So once 4 doom goes onto this card, and I'm going to explain what doom does in a bit, but once 4 doom goes onto this card, the bad things are going to advance towards us. And that's something. And then we're also going to have our act card, which says, what happened? And it says here, your head is spinning as you try to make sense of the situation. Empty bottles are scattered around the room. Your hands tingle. The shadows seem to coil and writhe around you. Were you drugged? Or is this something else entirely? And we have to spend 1 clue as a group. 1 clue per investigator as a group. And as an action, I can draw the top card of the leads deck. An objective, the lead investigator controls 2 leads. I get to advance this. So I have a deck of cards right here. It's referred to as the leads deck. And we are going to try, we're going to try to get a couple of them. And so we're going to need to find some clues. Now, it says here we are going to start in room 225 here. It says, the rug on the floor is soaked with blood. Broken glass litters the couch and coffee table in the living room. The window is open. A chill breeze is flowing through the curtains. And, boom, we're going to reveal it. And this location's got a bunch of things going on it. Which is going to ask us to do a bunch of tests. And it looks like it's going to ask us where it looks like it says we're going to try to test various stats. And if you succeed, remember that the investigators cleaned up the blood. If you succeed, remember that the investigators hid the body. And if you succeed, remember that the investigators tidied up the room. So it looks like I might want to try to do a few of these things. I'm assuming because I'm going to try to hide what actually happened here. And it says that this location has 1 clue per investigator on it. So I'm going to put a clue token down just to say that I can gather a clue. And those clues are going to be what I need to spend in order to grab some of these leads that are in this deck, I'm assuming. Okay, now I got to also have, so that's pretty much that's the setup. That's the setup that's been happening here. So now I'm going to draw my initial hand of... Now here we go. This is where I've always... Blah. Where are we going here? Where are we going? See, I'm always done. Every one of these games is always a little bit different in how many cards. And I want to say that it's 5 cards. I want to say that it's 5 cards for the setup. Let's just go find the setup. Find the setup, Mista Rau. Set up. Nope, not there. Try to find the setup. Trying to find the setup. Try to find the setup. Where is my setup? Oh my, setting up the game. 5 resources, 5 cards. I should remember that. 5 setup, 5 cards. Okay. So I'm going to draw the 5. Actually, I'm going to give this one extra little bit of a shuffle here for ourselves. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to kind of do this. Now, the way that this deck works is that we are really trying to find a particular card to kind of get my combos going. So I am not in love with any of those cards. So I'm just going to set 5 aside. I'm going to set 5 aside and draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will be my hand of cards that I'm going to go with. And I didn't get the card that I was looking for. Dang it. So, and then we're just going to shuffle. We're just going to shuffle this. We're going to shuffle this up. This deck of cards really runs on the premise of one particular card that I have 2 copies of in it, but I'm assuming that I'll be able to draw it at some point in time. Holy smokes, I almost forgot to. I need to add in what they refer to as weaknesses. I keep forgetting that part. So I had the box sitting right here. So I need to... Now I'm trying to remember how much... Oh gosh. See, here we go. This is great live television. This is great live television. I need to count up how much experience I have in this deck, because how much experience points that I've used to customize my deck, I actually need to add weakness to need to make the more advanced the deck is, the more bad things that should probably try to happen to you. So I'm just going to count up my experience points that I've used here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So that is 2 additional weaknesses that I need to incorporate into my deck. So I got a little stack of weakness cards here that I'm just going to kind of give a quick little shuffle. And I've got weaknesses from all of the different sets. So who knows what kind of bad thing is going to traumatize my particular character at some point in time in this game. She comes with her own pre-made weakness card that comes specific to her character, which is a really, really, really nasty one, but hey, I love it. I'm just going to reveal 2 more blindly. And I don't have, just because I don't like the glare on these cards, I'm just going to take them out of their sleeves currently, and then just shuffle them into my deck. Droop. Droop. Give it another shuffle here. I know. Great TV. Great TV here. But it's all going to be worth it when I get absolutely smashed in the face by a bunch of these Arkham Horror Elder ones and whatnot. Right? Right. Okay, here we go. Let's get this going. Let's get that screen. There we go. Get my screen back there. There. Alrighty. Okay, so let's try this again. So now everything's set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that we have the proper set of weaknesses going in here. Okay, Actually, not terrible cards. to start off with, but Man, okay. I'm actually gonna keep one set of four aside. 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Slightly better than last time. Not the best, but every day he's shuffling. That is not how that song goes, but I am okay with that. I am okay with that. Okay. All right. These are not cards that should be anywhere near the gameplay table because those were just me theory crafting. Let's put those aside over there. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So Arkham Horror. We are going to go straight into what's referred to as the investigator phase, and where I am going to be able to take a turn taking 3 actions, and there's a whole bunch of different actions that I can take place on my turn. Mainly, if you can see it, lots of these cards have these black arrows, and those are actions that you can take. So those are special location-specific actions that you can take. Your act or agenda may have a action, just like this one does, where I can spend a clue and everything. We can either just draw a card or gain a resource as one of my actions. We can play cards from our hand as actions. We can move locations as an action. We can investigate our location as an action, and locations have a certain number of clues that we can try to gain and then spend those clues in order to help us get solving, like in this case, solving the mystery. Once baddies start populating the board, we'll be able to either fight or evade them as cards go. Now, this deck, I'm going to assume I'm going to want to stay in this location for maybe a little bit because there are some things that I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to think about playing down some cards here for the time being. Okay, so I am actually going to do this one. I'm going to play this event. I love the art. You got to love the art in this game. I'm going to play a 0-cost event called Uncage the Soul. And it says play a spell or ritual card from your hand, reducing its resource cost by 3. I'll put that in my discard pile here. And the card that I'm going to play is this ritual card. Yeah, spell or ritual, which costs 3. So I'm reducing it by 3. So it's going to be free for me. And it's this card called Sign Magic. Okay, and this is it is a hand, so it's going to go into my hand slot here and everything like that. And it says you have 1 additional arcane slot, which can only be used to hold a spell or a ritual. And it says, as an anytime action, after you activate a arrow ability on a spell or ritual asset, I can exhaust this card and I can activate a arrow ability on a different spell or ritual asset without paying the action cost. So I can, the goal is that I can hopefully activate multiple spells in a round, kind of getting some free actions, trying to get some free actions going for us. So I like that ability here. Oh, and I forgot that we actually start off with the blood-stained dagger part of this scenario, which is going to give us some extra fighting abilities and some other things. So he says we can fight, get +2 fists for the attack, or we can exhaust Bloodstained Dagger and take 1 horror to fight, get +2 and deal 1 extra damage. So we get some extra abilities for that one. So my first action was to play down this particular, play this card that actually played a card for me. Now I am also just kind of looking at some of my other options here. I'm thinking that I'm going to do some tests. maybe I'm going to try doing some of the tests from this room here. One of the things that I think, now, I am not very good at investigating, okay, and gathering clues. Not until maybe I find some of my abilities here. But, oh, wait, I think I found something that I want to maybe do as my second action. Yeah, as my second action, I'm going to spend one resource here. And I am going to actually play down an ally. I'm going to play down an arcane initiate. It says after arcane initiate enters play, I got to place one doom on her, which is, you know, something that we don't want. We don't want a doom, but I'm going to put a doom counter on her. But as a fast action that doesn't require anything, I can exhaust her to search the top 3 cards of my deck for a spell and draw it. So actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to exhaust her, and I'm going to search the top 3 cards for a spell. Nope. And play when an encounter card or enemy would it cause you to do one of the following. Okay, well, I only drew one spell, so I'm going to put it into my hand, and then I will shuffle my deck afterwards. Okay, so that was my second action, and then my third one, I think I'm going to do one of these tests, because I want to say that doing these tests are probably going to be good for us. Just going to say, I think. And what's the test that I'm going to do? I'm really good. I really have really strong willpower. She's got a willpower of 5. It's her strongest stat. It's usually a mystic's strongest stat. And I need to pass a 3. So as long as something really, really bad doesn't happen while we do our check, I'm thinking we're going to be okay on that one. So I am going to test my willpower. I'm going to test my willpower. And you know what? I think when an investigator at your location would reveal any number of tokens, reveal 2 additional tokens. I think now, because this is going to be my last action of the turn, I think this will be a good time to use her. We'll use her ability. So we'll reveal 2 additional tokens. We're going to reveal 3. Okay. Oh gosh, -3, -4, -3. That was not a great draw. So if I cancel those 2 and have a -3, I went 5 -3 is 2. I guess I didn't fail. I guess I failed that particular one, so don't get to recognize. Now what I could have done is I could have boosted my willpower by discarding cards. They do have these icons that are on the side that you can just discard to boost before you draw your chaos token. I didn't feel like now was the time to do that. So, okay, we are good. So that is the end of the investigator phase. So now we'll go into the enemy phase, but we have no enemies out here. And so now we will go to our upkeep phase. And so we get to reset any actions. Ready all exhausted cards. So you are going to unready. You are going to ready. We get to draw a card. And oh gosh, and gain a resource. And we have to check our hand size. If we have over 8 cards in our hand, we have to do. Now the card that I just drew was my signature weakness card. It's a nasty one. It's her Dark Future, which is kind of like the Phoenix thing from X-Men. Revelation, put Dark Future into play in your threat area. You cannot cancel or ignore the special token effects. Forced at the end of your turn, reveal 5 random tokens from the Chaos bag. If the elder symbol is revealed, I get to discard the dark future. So, okay, I'll just put you into play kind of right here for right now, just to kind of remind me that you are there. At the end of your turn, so that's at the end of my investigator phase is when that's going to happen. Okay, now we are going to, yeah, that's a rough start. That is one of the worst starts that you could possibly have. But we will just keep on going on. So we will now go straight up to the top of the turn thing, which we do have these handy little reference cards that are helping us. So we're going to jump straight up to the Mythos phase, where we are going to place one Doom onto the agenda. Right there. So right now we've got 2 Doom in play. We got 2 Doom in play because of my Arcane Initiate. We would advance the agenda if we have met its threshold. So remember, in a solo game, this solo scenario, this is increased by 1. So once there's 4, we will advance it. And then each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck, which I don't know if I've shuffled this or not. So I'm just going to give this one a few shuffles. And this is the encounter deck, is the thing that this is the, like in Marvel Champions, this is the same. This is the encounter deck. These are the bad things that are happening to us throughout this particular scenario. So just going to kind of keep doing this. I'm going to shuffle it up some more, because I really don't know if I actually shuffled this at all before gameplay started. All right. So again, this is a kind of game that you can get as deep into this game as you want, like kind of like Marvel Champions or any other LCG card-based deck building game. Like there are some good pre-con decks out there that are made. There is also Arkham Database, which is tons. Pick an investigator and pick one that's been on there for a bit and build the deck if you have the cards. There's so many people that put in a lot of work, and there's lots of simple decks, there's lots of complex decks, but I think, okay. And so we reveal 1 card, and we are going to get Blood on Your Hands. Revelation, test willpower. Okay, well that's good for us. Increase the difficulty of this test by 1 for each innocent enemy in the victory display. If you fail, take 2 horror. If you are at a crime scene location, you must also choose and discard a card from your hand. I am at a crime scene. So let's try not to fail this. I guess her ability is still in play here. So I could, if I wanted to. So right now I'm beating it 5-3. Right now I could just choose to just reveal 1 token. I think I'm just going to reveal just 1 token this time around. And we are going to get the Hood, which this one we are going to have to, oh gosh, my cards are sliding all over the place here. We have to refer to the little series, and says this is a -1. If there's an innocent enemy in the victory display, reveal another chaos token. So there is no innocence. So this is just a -1. So it's 5 - 1, 4. We pass the Blood on Your Hands test. We pass the Blood on Your Hands test. So nothing bad is going to happen to us. Perfect. Whew. Okay. There's no blood on our hands this time around, I guess. Okay. So now we go into our investigator phase. Which, oh my goodness, so I didn't really, the card that I drew was my weakness card, so I guess I'm going to end up having to do some, I'm going to do something. So I'm going to search the top 3 cards of my, I'm just going to exhaust it. I'm going to search top 3 cards of my deck for a spell. And I didn't get any spells, so I will shuffle I'll shuffle. Is there anything about? Yep, nope, I didn't get a spell, so I have to. I used the right, no blood on our hands. I used the exact right type of soap. Because we all watched like Breaking Bad and whatnot, right? Okay, so shuffled up my deck there. So I guess my first action is I do want some more cards in my hand. So I think I'm going to draw a card. Okay. Oh, that's actually a good one for us. So I did an action where I drew a card. I am going to spend 3 resources to play a card into one of my arcane slots. And this is, I'm going to give myself The Sixth Sense. Great movie, by the way. And it just gives me another action that I can use to investigate. So I can use my willpower instead of books. So that's a way that I can bump up my investigating abilities. Instead of using my books, I can use my willpower, and it actually gives me extra willpower for that particular action. Alrighty then. Okay, so I got that set, and then I guess So I drew a card, I played down Sixth Sense, and now I guess I am... I guess I should try to do some of these tests in this room, I guess, because... I guess. Oh, interesting. Okay, but I don't want to use that card just yet. What else do I have here? When you would resolve an effect on a card that triggers when, if, or after. Effect or resolve. Oh, okay, cool. Didn't actually realize that was the one that I actually got there. Okay. Okay, so now in this case, I think I am going to do that test again where I'm going to test my willpower of 3. And I'm going to use Jackie's ability to reveal 2 extra tokens. 1, 2, 3, and I'll get to cancel 2 of them. Oh wait, unless if I cannot cancel, because of my dark premonitions, I cannot cancel. Actually, just hold on to the second, because I'm going to save that. I'm just going to reveal 1 token. So I'm passing 5 to 3. And there's that -3 again. So I failed that test once again. Well, darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. But it is now the end of my turn. So now I get to, at the end of your turn, reveal 5 random tokens from the Chaos Bag. If an Elder Sign symbol is revealed, discard Dark Futures. Now I'm actually going to use Jackie's ability. And I'm going to reveal 2 extra. So I'm going to reveal 7 tokens out of the bag. And hopefully... Yeah, Vincent, -3 is going to be our new green 4. So here we go. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 7 tokens. Let's see if we got the Elder symbol in any of these. So 1, nope. 2, nope. 3, nope. 4, 5, 6, nope. Out of all 7, did not get the Elder symbol. So, Dark Future is going to stick around for a little bit longer. Okay, enemy phase, there's no enemies. So I get to do some upkeep. So I'm going to get a new resource. I'll get to draw a new card. And reset cards. Now we go to the Mythos phase. So 1 Doom is going to get put onto this one. So I get to flip it over. Now it counts as 2 Doom. So 3 Doom in play out of the 4 before that's going to advance. And my goodness gracious. Well, that's going to be that. Don't get to advance the agenda, but we are going to draw ourselves a encounter card. Let's see what we get this time. What is the red oh, sorry, before I do that, Vincent's got a question here about what's the red tentacle token. The red tentacle token is the automatic failure token. If you just draw that, it's just an automatic failure to your test. But this was just a revealing, so this was not a test, but that red tentacle one, automatic failure. It's the thing that I usually draw the most. We don't want those ones. We definitely don't want those ones. So, okay. And okay, so now encounter card is going to be Driven to Madness. If there are, okay, wait, this has got tiny text on it. If there are no humanoid enemies in play, Driven to Madness gains Surge. Otherwise, attach Driven to Madness to the nearest humanoid enemy. Nope, this is just going to gain Surge because we have no enemies in play. So Surge just means we draw another card. And we've got an enemy, which is a hotel guest. Yeah, there's a hotel guest here. We are going to spawn to the nearest hall location. So up there. So there's a hall location right there. Where we're going to spawn them. They are aloof and they have patrol. They're going to advance to the nearest crime scene location when they have to move. Forced at the end of the enemy phase, if hotel guest is at a crime scene location, add 1 doom to the hotel guest. As an action, I can parlay the hotel guest. I can either test willpower or I forget what the book's symbol is called. And if I succeed, I can just discard the hotel guest, which means I kind of, just tell them. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. So I'll put hotel guest in the nearest hall location. So they are going to go towards that crime scene in the enemy activation part. So fantastic. That's always fun. And I could actually, if we wanted to, instead of parlaying them, we could actually fight if we wanted to, we could fight and kill the guest if we wanted to. That's actually quite morbid to think about. Let's try not do that because I got a feeling that can not. Yeah, I got a feeling that if I do that, it might come back to bite us in the butt or something like that. Rachel says, yeah, I like calamari, but not if it's still alive. Oh, yeah. I'm not actually a fan of calamari, so I have that going for me. Okay. Well then, on to me. I'm thinking I definitely don't want that person to get towards it. Oh, it's going to advance anyways. Because we're already at 3 doom from my cards in play. It's going to advance anyway, so I don't. But maybe something bad's gonna happen if she sees the crime scene. So. Okay, I see. Not doing that one yet. Let me just take a look at some of my abilities that I've got going on here because I definitely could do some investigating, grab that clue. Let's just take a look at my ability here. Relocation. Okay, so that's not really going to come into play just yet. And neither will that one just yet. So I'm thinking as a free action, I'm just going to exhaust Arcane Initiate. I'm going to draw top 3 cards and find a spell. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to add that one to my hand here. Just remind me to shuffle my cards here. I drew Spectral Razor here as so as an event I could fight and add my Willpower to my skill value for the attack. Immediately before this attack, you may engage the attacked enemy. So that's going to come in handy if some monsters decide to, come about in this scenario, which it's Arkham Horror. Of course there's going to be monsters in this scenario. It's got to happen. That's what they're good at. They always come out. So give them that a quick shuffle here. So I guess my first action is going to be to, or a hotel guest. So let's go with, well, let's just say, okay, do I dare test this location one more time? I feel like I need to do this. I feel like I need to at least try to clean up the blood. I'm not doing a very good job cleaning up the blood in this location. So I am going to, I'm going to try this again. So I'm going to test. Oh, sorry, this token should have come off. I am going to need to test my willpower again. Now, my thing is, I'm going to save my ability for when I'm trying to get rid of this dark future again. So I'm just going to reveal one token. I'm winning 5-3, and I drew a. Oh, what does this do now? Okay, this counts as a -3. So I failed the test again. If you fail and there's an innocent enemy in the victory display, take a horror. Well, there's no innocent enemies in the, so it's a -3 again. Oh. Well, I will. Dang it. What should I do? Nope. Okay, I'm just going to try this again. I'm going to move locations. I'm going to move into the hallway. I'm going to move to the hallway. So I get to reveal the hallway. Extravagant carpeting runs along the floor and meticulously clean walls are perforated by blood red doors. Open it up. Okay, and this has a reveal effect. After you enter this location, you may immediately move to a connecting location. If you do, reveal a random token from the chaos bag. If symbol is revealed, draw the top card of the encounter deck. So I may move to another location. This location has got one clue on it. And so I'm just going to do it like there. But there is this hotel guest that I am going to try to parlay. And it says I can either test willpower or books. And I need to pass 3. So I'm at 5. Is there anything, do I want to boost this time around? I don't have anything in my discard pile really right now. So really some of my cards aren't that great. So I am going to not boost. I'm going to not boost my thing again. Discard cards. No, you know what? I'm going to boost it by 1. I'm going to pitch this card here. It's got a wild symbol on it. I'm going to boost it by 1. So I've got 6 willpower to the 3 parlay. And I'm going to draw the -4. So then I fail again. See, this is how this game goes for me. There are good tokens in here. There's like 0s and +1s and -1s. And so I failed in parlaying the enemy. So that is that. So that was my 3 actions. Yeah, I tried that test, failed, moved, and then I tried the parlay and failed. So that is the end of my turn. I will use Jackie's ability because now I'm going to do my reveal 5, but I'm going to reveal 7. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Let's try it. Let's see. Nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Didn't draw the Elder Sign, so Dark Future stays in play. Stays in play. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, so let's see here. That is some kind of a run that you... yeah. This is how it goes when I play Arkham Horror. This is exactly how it goes. Enemy phase. Enemy phase. So, the enemies... Let's just see here. This enemy has aloof, so it does not engage with me unless if I engage with it. And it has patrol, which means it'll go to the nearest crime scene location. So it will go to the crime scene location. Whoop-a-doop-a-doo. So it's going to go over, and if it's in a crime scene location, add 1 doom to the hotel guest. That does not advance the agenda yet because it has not said to advance the agenda. So, yep, that is that. So reset our actions. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. And then check my hand size, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still okay. Mythos Face, place another Doom on the agenda. And advance the agenda if Doom threshold has been satisfied. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 4. So Doom is going to go away. If guessed... I'm just making sure just Doom stay on this one. If hotel, yeah. So no, that Doom's now going to go away, and we will now advance the agenda, which is usually a lot of bad things. So, as you retrace your steps to make sense of the situation, there is a pounding on the door to the suite. "This is the police," a stern voice calls out. "We've gotten reports of a disturbance. Open it up." Put the set-aside Sergeant Monroe into play in the foyer. Okay, so I've got a set-aside card over here, which is Sergeant Monroe. And he is the police. He is the police here. And it says to put him into play in the foyer. Spawn 1 set-aside Arkham officer enemy at the 2nd floor hall. So now we got a police officer in the hallway, which is where I am. If there are 3 or 4 investigators in the game, spawn another one. Then shuffle each other set-aside Arkham officer enemy into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. The lead investigator draws the set-aside "What have you done" weakness. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so I have to draw the "What have you done" weakness card. Put into your threat area. As an additional cost for you to parlay, you must discard a card at random from your hand. Or as an action, shuffle "What have you done" into your deck. Ugh, that is nasty. See, this game is just nasty. Now how about this one? For each of the following circumstances, which is true, Place 1 clue on room 225 and place 1 doom on an Arkham officer. The investigators have not cleaned up the blood. I did not clean up the blood. So a clue goes on to room 225 and a doom goes on to him. Investigators have not hid the body. We did not hide the body, so we can put a clue there and another doom on the Arkham officer. The investigators have not tidied up the room. I did not tidy up the room, so another doom goes there and another clue goes here. Okay. This is not good. And that's everything on that agenda card. So now I see that there's a new agenda here. It says special investigation. You're not the only ones interested in strange events at the Excelsior Hotel tonight. And the police are on to you. You're still not sure what happened or if it could happen again. Forced. After an investigator at the same location as a ready police enemy discovers 1 or more clues at that location or deals damage to a humanoid enemy, each ready police enemy at that location engages that investigator and makes an immediate attack. Yikes. After an investigator at the same location as a ready police enemy discovers 1 or more clues at that location or deals damage to a humanoid enemy, each ready police enemy at that location engages that investigator. Oh gosh, so yeah, so it's going to be like police brutality on us over and over again. And since, oh wait, this guy is, I got to read this Arkham officer here. Okay, so aloof. So he is aloof, which means he doesn't engage with me right away. So I have to take an action to engage with him. Forced at the end of the enemy phase, move 1 clue to Arkham officer from its location, flipping it to its doom side. Oh gosh, so clues turn into doom. Parlay. Test willpower. If you succeed, either automatically evade Arkham officer or flip one of its doom to a clue and take control of it. Oh, well, that's actually okay because I do need clues. So actually, I could actually change those dooms into clues if I parlay with the police officer. Interesting. Or I could just straight up just fight the police officer and just defeat him. Which is not a great thing, if I remember correctly. Now, what's Sergeant Monroe? Let's read Sergeant Monroe here. Maybe assigned damage and or horror dealt to an investigator. When Sergeant Monroe is dealt any amount of damage or horror, exhaust him, deal that much damage to a non-innocent enemy at his location. Any investigator at Sergeant Monroe's location may trigger this. So, he can take damage for us and people. Okay, so that was just the advancing of the agenda. That's fantastic. We still have to draw a card. Oh wait, I forgot to do some things here, didn't I? I have to take these cards and the discard pile and shuffle them back into the deck here. I believe that's what that said. Is that what that said? Then shuffle each other set aside Arkham officer enemy into encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. Okay. Now I haven't gotten any clues yet. That's bad because I do need clues so that I can take this action because I need to get 2 of these cards. I need to get 2 of those cards in order to advance my act. Ugh. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, it's okay. So draw the top card, which is going to be Why not? Another Arkham officer. Why not? And we are going to put them nearest location with clues. Where do they go, though? Because they are aloof. So I think they just get spawned at our location. I'm just going to do this here. I do have a little I do have a list of keywords. Keywords. Where I want aloof. Where is aloof? I thought it would be in the A section. Right on. Let's just go back to the old style book. And aloof is on page number 4. Aloof. Keyword ability. Keyword aloof does not automatically engage investigators as location. When an aloof enemy spawns, it spawns unengaged. Investigator may use the engage action or card ability to engage an aloof enemy. Investigator cannot attack an aloof enemy while that enemy is not engaged with them. Okay, so they are just going to be at this location with this other police officer. Right on, right on. And so now I get to go into my phase, which, interesting. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on already. Same case, as a ready police member discovers one or more clues that after an investigator at a same location as a ready police enemy discovers one or more clues at that location or deals damage to a humanoid enemy, each ready police enemy engages that investigator and makes an immediate attack. So I can't just discover this clue, but I can just parlay, which means it's not, I'm taking control. I'm not discovering clues. So let's try that. As an additional cost to your parlay, you must discard a random card. Nope. Okay, so as my first action, I am just going to shuffle What Have You Done into my deck. I'm just going to do it that way. That's going to be 1, just so that I don't have that additional cost to doing parlay actions. I'm just going to do it that way. Okay, done that. Another action is I'm going to draw 3 cards and put a spell into my hand. Nice, nice, nice. And okay, second action. Let's try parlaying. If you succeed, either addition, automatically evade officer or flip one of its doom to its clue side and take control of it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I am going to when an encounter card or an enemy. Okay, no, okay. So I am going to parlay. I'm going to try to get one of those clue tokens. So I'm going to try. So I'm 5 to 3. Come on, give me a good token this time around. Hey, a +1. Finally. So I'm going to take one of those dooms off and I'm going to take control of a clue. So that's 1 clue for me. So that's my second action. So my third action, I could actually do this then. Spend a clue. 1 clue per investigator, so I only need to spend 1. And draw the top card of the lead deck. If investigators control 2 lead assets, advance this. So I could get one more, I can get 1 step closer by just doing that particular action. Or I can try just parlaying again. Like, why not? Because I'm not discovering a clue, so that's not going to trigger this. Nope. I'm not dealing damage to the police officer, so I'm not doing that again. So I am just going to I'm going to parlay. I would like to discover, because it's actually an easy clue to discover. But I'm just going to parlay again. I'm going to try to parlay again. So I'm beating it 5-3, and oh, we get the good token. The good token is a +1. If this effect is canceled or ignored, I can draw a card. Oh, I didn't trigger my ability, so I just get a +1, so that's okay. Whereas we will reduce that and I'll get another clue. So there we go. So there's my 3 actions for this particular turn. We are going to do the enemy phase. No enemies are attaching to me because they are all aloof. So they don't engage with me. But they do have patrol and nearest location with a clue. Okay, and nope. So he's gonna stay here and he's gonna stay here. So that's gonna be okay. And then it says, so that's the end of the enemy phase. And this one also just says it's gonna go to a crime scene. It's already at the crime scene location. At the end of the enemy phase, if the hotel guest is at a crime scene location, add 1 doom to. Okay, so we are at the end of the enemy phase. 1 doom is going to go on to the hotel guest. 1 clue is going to go on to this guy and be flipped to a doom. And at the end of the enemy phase, move 1 clue to flipping it to. So now there's no more clues at this location. So this guy is not going to pick up any more. That guy's not going to pick up any clues. Now, I think that's the correct order that should actually go in because, yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to reset our actions. Ready all exhausted cards. And, oh, I guess I forgot to do it at the end of my turn. I forgot to do it at the end of my turn. I tried to do my Dark Future, which I was going to do Jackie's ability and reveal 7 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7. Nope. Dark Futures still sticks around. Dark Futures still sticks around for us. So now we ready all our cards. We draw a card and gain a resource. So I've got 5 resources now. Check my hand limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm still good. I'm still good. Okay, so now 1 doom is going to go on the agenda. So we have 1, 2, 3. We got 4 doom out of the 12. It says we're going to advance this. So we're good for on that regards. And we will reveal a card, which is Blood on Our Hands. We're going to test our willpower. Increase this test by 1 for each innocent enemy in the victory display. There's no enemies in the victory display. So, yeah. There's no enemies in there, so use the same soap. So let's do it. Let's try it. We're beating it 5-2. 5-2, which is, auto fail. Auto fail. If you fail, take 2 horror. If you are at a crime scene location, you must also discard a card from your hand. I am not at a crime scene location, but I do have to take 2 horror, which is pretty bad for us. Blood on our hands is done. Okay. Toothpaste isn't soap. My kids would beg to differ. Okay, back to my phase. Well, I think I'm going to spend some of these clues here. So I'm going to spend a clue. I'm going to draw top card of the leads deck. Let's see what we get here. Sinister Solution. Lead science. Put into your play area force. When you are defeated, give control of Sinister Solution to another investigator. Okay, so we have the Sinister Solution in our play area. Which, okay, I guess we just have the Sinister Solution. So that's okay. We're going to need a second one. So I'm going to do it. So that was spending a clue. I did that. I am going to do it again. I think so. Yeah, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to spend a clue. And I'm going to draw the top card of the leads deck, which is, ooh, that's not ominous at all. Alien device. Put into your play area. When you are defeated, give control of the alien device. So I have Sinister Solution and I have an alien device. And it says, if the investigators control 2 lead assets, I get to advance this. So let's see what happens. It isn't much, but it's all you've got. Your only real option now is to explore the rest of the hotel and see what you can learn. Put each of the set-aside locations into play. Oh, okay, so I got to put... Oh gosh, my map is going to explode here. Remove the remainder of the leads deck from the game. So these cards are all gone. So okay, so there's a little bit of variability, I'm going to assume, in the cards that are... Okay, so now depending on the lead assets that are in play, shuffle 6 cards into the encounter deck as follows. Along with the encounter discard pile. Oh, okay, so if alien device is in play, shuffle the 3 set-aside copies of Encephalon Signal into the encounter deck. Okay, so I have some set-aside... Okay, Encephalon Signal is going to go into the encounter deck. If Sinister Solution is in play, shuffle 3 set-aside copies of Morbid Awareness. Morbid Awareness. What symbol is that one? That's that kind of like that brain-looking symbol here. So not those ones. Not those ones. These ones, okay. These ones are set aside, and Morbid Awareness is going to get shuffled into the... Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so that's it for that card. So I have to put the rest of these. So these are going to get shuffled in. Okay. These are going to get shuffled in, and put the remainder of the... put each of the set-aside locations into play. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 more locations that are going to explode my map here. Okay, so we've got the hotel roof. Just gotta make so I can see some symbols here. So the hotel roof goes above the second floor hall and is connected to the second floor hall. So those ones are there. Sorry, that one went, that's off camera here. Can I get a little bit closer? That's just a little off camera. We've got room 212. I'm gonna put her in there. Got room 212 that is going to go also connected to the second floor hall. So maybe I'm just going to move this down Move that down, move her onto there, because this is also going to get connected to this location from where I am. We've got room 245 that is also connected to the second floor hall. There. And we have the office that is connected to the foyer. I'm just looking at here. The office is connected to the foyer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I see the office is connected to the foyer like this. And we have the basement. And the basement is connected to the foyer and the office. So kind of like, oh gosh, it's exactly where my player mat is. So I guess I should, is there a better way that I can shuffle things around here? This is what I mean by these Arkham maps can really kind of explode. They can really kind of explode on us over here. I am just going to put the basement. I'm going to put the basement right here for right now. Put those on there, but I know that the basement and the foyer are also connected for the purposes of this game. So, whoo, okay. Lots of things happening just from the advancement. And okay, what is our story now? We have to follow the leads. Thanks to the leads you discovered in the suite, you are fairly sure whoever framed you is still in the hotel. The only real question is where to find this person. Looking at the leads you found, you feel like the answers are right in front of you. Objective: learn more about your leads by placing clues on them, using abilities on some locations. The more clues, the better. At the end of the round, you may choose to advance if each lead asset has at least one clue per investigator on it. Hint: if you wish to present this evidence to the police, you may wish to have at least 2 clues per investigator on each lead instead. Okay, so I need to gather clues and try to figure out how to put those clues onto these 2 cards down here. Okay, I'm trying to try to get a few clues so that I can. All right. Okay. So that was just what? That was 2 actions, right? Because I got my lead. We advanced that. All of this crud happens. I still have 1 action left to do in this particular example. So maybe, where should I go? Where should I go indeed? Which way should I go? There's lots of different options for me. What does this say? Ooh. The door to room 212 is locked. You cannot enter 212 from the second floor hall. As second floor hall gains action, test your agility to attempt to pick the lock. If you succeed, reveal 212 and immediately move to it. Okay, so I am not good at agility, so going there is going to be very, very tough and probably not doable for us. We could check out the... Like any good movie, do we go check out the roof? Or do you check out another room? Or do we just... There is lots of clues here. And I do have an ability that I should probably try to leverage. Okay, I am just going... Oh, but those investigators are going to come and grab those clues. Clues are fun. Roof is always fun. Those investigators are going to come grab those clues. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to move into room 225 again. I'm going to move to room 225. And, oh gosh, cards are flying off my table here. I'm going to move to that room because that's where those police officers are also going to come. Those police officers are going to come. And I'm going to want to try to get rid of those dooms. Parlaying is an easy way for me to do. So let's try that. So that was my third action. Okay. Yeah, that was my third action. I guess I forgot to do my fast action, which is to reveal cards, reveal top 3, take a spell. Another spell. Perfect. Love it. Thinking I'm going to be okay. Now what are we going to do? Enemy phase. Okay, so this one goes to the nearest crime scene location. So they are in a crime scene location. Yep. Arkham officer is going to patrol to the nearest location that has clues. So that is room 225. So just we'll say that he's in room 225, and so is this one. He's going to go to room 225 as well. So 225 and 225. At the end, so now it says, at the end of the enemy phase, if hotel guest is in a crime scene, add a doom. So she gets another doom. And move 1 clue to the officer, he gets a doom. Move 1 clue to the officer, he also gets another doom. So doom is advancing fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doom already. That's lovely. Hopefully we're going to parlay some of those off. Hopefully. And then we also have to find a location that can actually put these clues onto our devices here. So that's the end of the enemy phase. Perfect. No one's attacking yet, so that is good. We will reset our action. Oh, wait, I forgot again. At the end of my turn, I need to try to do Dark Future. So I will use her ability. And we will reveal 7 tokens to try to get rid of Dark Future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7. Nope. Not this time. That's a lot harder than it looks. That's a lot harder than it looks. Enemy phase is done. Okay, ready all exhausted cards. Draw a card. Get a resource. I think I'm over 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I am at. Oh, wait, my last card that I just drew was a weakness. Put internal injury into play. At the end of your turn, you take 1 direct damage. Ugh. Dang. So I will put you into play over here. So it's not the end of my turn yet, but I need to use 2 actions to get rid of my internal injury that I have. Dang. So I guess I am exactly at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then there are a couple cards here that I'm going to have ready to go. Okay. Place a doom on the agenda. Doop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 12. Ikes. Draw a card. Ooh. Treachery. Encephalon signal. Place 1 doom on otherworldly meddler if it's in play and test willpower. If you fail, you must either choose to take 2 horror or deal 2 damage to an investigator or humanoid enemy at your location. Well, I am actually going to. If you fail, you must either 2 horror, deal 2 damage to an investigator or humanoid enemy at your location. I am actually going to play, I'm going to spend 1 resource and play Ward of Protection, which says play when you draw a non-weakness treachery card and cancel that card's revelation. Oh, wait. Yeah, cancel its revelation effect and then take 1 horror. So I will take 1 horror and I will cancel its effect. Just like that, because I don't want to do what it says. Okay. Now we're into my investigator phase here. Perfect. So let's start, like Vincent says, let's start parlaying people. I just want to know. When you resolve an effect on a mystic card of if, okay. I sees. I'm not activating, parlaying are on these cards. They're not on mystic cards. So I think, okay, so I think I'm going to parlay one of these guys to get some clues, and I am going to commit Prescient, which is a skill card. So I'm going to add a willpower to my willpower currently, so that I'm going to be at 6 willpower. After you commit Prescient to a skill test, name even, odd, or symbol. After this test ends, if a chaos token of the named type was revealed during this test, you may return a spell card from your discard pile to your hand, which I want to do. So I am going to say, I'm going to say odd and use Jackie's ability. So I'm going to reveal 3 tokens. So if an odd symbol is revealed, I'm going to bring a spell back to my hand. And no odds were revealed. I cannot cancel or ignore symbols. Okay, so then this is a guest enemy. So this is a -1. So I'm at 6. I'm now at 5. This is a -3. So I'm now at 2. You may place one of your clues on your location. Place one of your clues onto the location. I don't have any clues. That's a -3. So I failed that parlay. And I also failed that. Okay, so that was 1. Yeah, that was 1 action. Oh boy. Second action. Oh, I think I just have to keep trying to parlay, don't I? Try to get those clues, because I don't. Let's see here. If I do discover these clues, just got to read this again. Because if I do discover these clues, after investigator at the same location as a ready police enemy, boom, just like that, discovers 1 or more clues at that location, each ready police enemy at that location engages that investigator and makes an immediate attack. Which means then I'm going to be engaged with them, and I would have to attack them then. Which means then I won't get their clues. Yeah, no, I'm just going to have to just keep parlaying until... I really don't want to attack. I really don't want to investigate either. Jeez, this is... Oh no, I needed to do this. I needed to spend 2 actions, which I still have 2 actions left. I'm going to do 2 actions to discard my internal injury. or else I'm going to be starting to take damage every turn. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there you go. That's the end of my turn. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so I can still do this to draw 3 and shuffle. Find a spell, which I didn't get. Spell, and I didn't get it, so I'm going to do this. And then I am going to, whoops, not ready that one yet. Just reveal 5 tokens instead of 7 this time around because I used her ability to try to do the parlay effect. So 1, 2, 3, come on, baby. 4, 5, nothing this time. Nothing. This is hard. This scenario is hard. Enemy phase. They are all where they need to be currently. She gets another doom. And each of these clues are going to turn into more doom on these guys. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh gosh, this is going to advance this time. Holy crud. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have just taken the damage. Maybe I should have just taken the damage. That was bad news bears. I told you I'm terrible at this game. Did I not tell you that I'm terrible at this game? Love this game. Terrible at this game. Okay, those folks are done. So now we are just at the end of this. So exhausted cards can come into play. Get a resource. Draw a card. Okay. Yeah, and then check my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm good. And let's go to Mythos phase. Put a doom on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Doom threshold is met already because I suck at these skill tests. So what is going to happen? You spent a lot of time in the hotel, and while you're certain that something is amiss, you haven't been able to get to the bottom of it all. As you wander into the foyer trying to piece together the information you've gathered, you're greeted by more of Arkham's finest entering from the street. As soon as they spot you, guns are drawn. Hold it, the lead officer commands. You're under arrest. The investigators have failed to solve the crime and clear their names. Revelation number 3. So the game is over. My timer has run out. Oh my gosh. So that is actually that was a very uneventful game of Arkham Horror. My resolution is: you sit in a cold, dank holding cell awaiting your arraignment. You have no doubt that with the evidence the police gathered, you'll be spending the rest of your life behind bars. You have sworn high and low that you had nothing to do with the murder, but doubt lingers in your mind. Could it have all been you somehow? What really happened in the Excelsior that night? Just then you hear a rapping on the bars of your cell. An officer stands just outside, looking away from you. He slips a folded note between the bars of your cell. Knowing better than to ask his intentions out loud, you slowly walk over and unfold the note, your fingers shaking with trepidation. It's all a facade. Room 225. Tonight. This isn't over. Just as you finish reading the note, you hear the click of the cell's latch unlocking. The officer is gone, and the door to your cell swings open. And that is it. If this is the first time you have played this scenario during the campaign, you may replay it, reset the game to its scenario's setup. Do not record anything else in your campaign log. Unless of any trauma suffered, no experience points are earned from your previous game. Otherwise, in your campaign log, record the murders continue unsolved. And then you can just kind of keep on going. Interesting. That was actually really good. Now, I apologize that we have now spent a couple hours tonight, and we really did. We only just got going here, and nothing. So we ran. So getting those clues is off of those bugs. So maybe actually having to be played. We have to kind of play the bad guy in this one. I should have just straight up just defeated these people to get that doom away. Because, man, that was something interesting. That is an interesting scenario. That one has a lot more of a clock on it than, and that clock moved a lot faster than some of the scenarios that I was used to in the past for the murder at the Excelsior Hotel than on the other ones. So, okay. Now I kind of think I know what I need to kind of do. Also, we really crapped the bed. Sorry, I say we, as in it's actually me. Really crapped the bed on our skill checks. I failed more skill checks tonight than I have ever failed in the course of over the course of a game. And just to prove, there are some good ones here. Like I kept drawing but there's some -1s and some -2s. There's a -1. There's a 0. There's the good elder token. There's a +1. And then we got -3, -4, there's only 2 -3s and 1 -4. And then the rest are these other tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, like the odds are I wonder if having succeed 1 or 2 of the 3 tests in the room would have changed things a lot. Yeah, because remember we had to add that doom automatically to the patrol officer. But I did clear that off of him a little bit. But then those officers come around and they start cleaning up those clues. Remember, they're picking up the clues, and you're trying to get those away from. You're trying to sneakily get those clues away from them. So, yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So that was an interesting scenario. I'm glad that I experienced it once. I'm going to have to try it again. I think I'm going to have to try it again. So perhaps in the near future, because also look at all the locations I didn't even explore yet. I didn't even get away from these 2 locations, and my game is done. Man. Yeah, I'm going to have to try this one again. So maybe I'm going to have to try to record a playthrough video, or maybe just one night maybe I'm going to take one of these other Tuesdays. I do have my other Tuesday streams all lined up and ready to go. I'm going to put these, they are scheduled onto the stream or onto the website, but I think that I could probably shift those around if I wanted to play this again. But I might actually just try this again at a later time and just record my play session of it and see what happens. Let's see what goes on a little bit differently, because yeah, this one was interesting. I saw that there's lots of willpower. I should probably take a look at some of the cards that I didn't put into play here. I should probably take some of the cards and see if there's because I know there's items that just straight up just give you extra willpower. That could also help us. I started getting some of these cards down but it was bad because I didn't want to really, but maybe I should have. Now I think that I should have done is I should have discovered those clues. Let those police officers engage with me. And then I just might have to just take them out. What resources token are you only paying for playing? Yes, the resources are only used for playing down your cards. That's what the resources do. And they can be used as counters for some of your other for some of your cards that require counters and stuff like that. But the main use of the resources is that you have to play down cards. And yeah, most of my cards don't go up. They are 0 through 3 cost in this particular deck. So they're not high cost cards. So I usually have resources to play some of them down. Lots of my cards, though, ended up being in my hand here, ended up being events where if this happens, which I wasn't triggering the abilities on my cards because I wasn't really triggering the abilities on my cards because I wasn't able to yet because I was afraid of the reaction of the police officers. But I guess that's the name of the game. I should actually just do that. And yeah, so then I guess I should have been committing more cards to my tests. You're right, Vincent. I should have been just committing more cards to my tests. I'm just going to come back down here. So only cards can help with the tests. Yeah. I should have been committing some more cards, knowing that I wasn't going to be playing them right away. I should have been committing them more to boost up my success, maybe my success rate for these particular tests, especially since I knew that I was drawing. I should have been committing a couple more. Yeah. Should have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I've already made the executive decision in my mind at some point in this month here. I'm going to replay this scenario again, and I'm going to try to do maybe a little bit better job. I don't know. I kind of know exactly what's going to go happen here. So I think I know what I'm going to try. I know what I'm going to try to do, I think, next time. Oh, okay. Well, that was something, I guess. That was a pretty neat story that it told. I just wish that we got to do a little bit more before the time runs out. But it is easy after the play, now knowing the consequences of not succeeding those tests. It's exactly it. That's exactly how every single first play of Arkham Horror always goes. I try not to let the story spoil on my first play, and then after the first play, then you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Seems to be how every single Arkham scenario, or pretty much every Arkham scenario and every Arkham campaign ever goes for me, which is like, oh, I wish I knew that. Oh, I wish I knew that. Which, that's a good story. You don't know anything ahead of time. Whew. All right. Well then, I guess until next time. Hey, well, if you enjoyed that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Notification bell is there if you want to get notified every Tuesday night. I guess next Tuesday night, I'm going to be playing one of my favorite cooperative games, Cthulhu Death May Die, on the stream. And that's going to be an action-packed episode. That was fun. Good night, Ryan. Thank you, Vincent, for joining me once again this fine Tuesday evening, as you usually do. But yes, next week, Cthulhu Death May Die is coming to the channel. That one, lots of dice chucking, monsters galore. Oh, it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. And I may or may not have a special guest on that one. I'm still working on some details. And no, it's not going to be Little Rau. The game is a little too mature for him and his little before bedtime routine. So, and then what else is coming up? I'm going to have Arkham Horror, the board game, coming up in a couple weeks. And then I think Halloween night, I'm going to be taking a look at Vagrant's Song, or anything else that I might want to try out before then. But that's the spooky streams. And also I've got a whole bunch of other things planned coming out. Ashes Reborn, Red Rains, some more Renegade games. I got some G.I. Joe, more G.I. Joe deck building. Got some more Warp's Edge coming out this month. Yeah, just kind of showing off all of the fun little things that are going along the way. All right, folks, have yourselves a great evening or a great day or afternoon if you decided to watch this then. And I will see you next time. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for all the support that you're happening. Thanks for watching. Cheers.